Hey friends, I thought that since we're all kind of stuck home for a while, we could do a video read aloud. And I would read to you through video and post the video for you each night so you can follow along the story that we're going to read. And the next story that we were going to read in class is called Love That Dog. And this was to be part of our poetry unit because this is all about a teacher trying to teach her class about poetry and this young boy Jack who's not a huge fan of poetry. And this book is written in the style of his journal. So these are his journal entries that he's writing, and it has the date on it and then it has what he wrote. And you can see on this very first page, his very first day, he didn't write all that much. Okay, he didn't know what to write. But as the year goes on, we'll see that his writing grows and grows, kind of like our writing has this year. So we're going to start in September with Jack in Miss Stretchberry's class. September 13th. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry. Girls do. September 21st. I tried. Can't do it. Brains empty. September 27th. I don't understand the poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens and why so much depends upon them. If that is a poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens, then any words can be a poem. You just got to make short lines. The poem he's talking about is called The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. And this is the poem that his teacher read him in class. It goes like this. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater besides the white chickens. October 4th. Do you promise not to read it out loud? Do you promise not to put it on the board? Okay, here it is, but I don't like it. So Jack's gonna write his first poem now. You ready to hear it? This is what he writes. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud, speeding down the road. Sounds like he was influenced by that wheelbarrow poem. Can you hear it? Let me read it to you again. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud, speeding down the road. October 10th. What do you mean, why does so much depend upon a blue car? You didn't say before I had to tell why. The wheelbarrow guy didn't tell why. October 17th. What was up with the Snowy Woods poem you read today? Why doesn't the person just keep going if he's got so many miles to go before he sleeps? And why do I have to tell more about the blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road? I don't want to write more about that blue car that had miles to go before it slept. So many miles to go in such a hurry. So Jack's teacher today read him a poem called Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost, who's a very famous poet. And Robert Frost's poem goes like this. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask as if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. and miles to go before I sleep. October 24th. I'm sorry to say I really did not understand the Tiger Tiger Burning Bright poem, but at least it sounded good in my ears. How many of you remember when we read Tiger Rising that Sistine talked about a tiger poem? This is the same poem, and this is how it goes. The Tiger by William Blake. Tiger, tiger burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? So after hearing that poem, Jack writes his own poem. And this is what he says. Here is the blue car with tiger sounds. Blue car, shining bright in the darkness of the night. Who could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky? I could see you in the night, blue car, shining bright. I could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky. You could see he was totally influenced by that tiger poem. It almost has the same rhythm, doesn't it? And then Jack says, some of the tiger sounds are still in my ears like drums, beat, beat, beating. I'm starting to think that Jack is liking poetry now. He's starting to sort of copy the poems that he likes, and they're influencing how he writes his poetry. So we started in September where Jack's attitude was like, no, I don't want to do this. And now we're on October 24th, and we can see that Jack is starting to change. His mind is starting to change about poetry. I think he's starting to grow appreciation for poetry. He enjoys it now. He's appreciating the different styles of the poetry, and he's letting it influence his own writing. So I hope tomorrow you will come back and watch another video with us, and we'll continue reading Love That Dog, and we'll see where Jack goes on this poetry journey. Don't be surprised if I sneak in a couple of questions into your work in these upcoming days about Jack and his poetry. And maybe you could start taking a look at some poetry at home. See you soon. Bye.